Trever, Aeon. I'm gonna break my foot off in your ass.
So here we are, fresh after taking care of Kaga and getting some decent loot in the process, ready to continue to prioritize handling personal slights over the good of the people. As a side note, I'd like to present evidence that my friend approves of the way I'm running him in this game. This is what he captioned over the short of Trevor's first encounter with Auntie Ethel. So let's go have a talk with this, and I quote, lion-ass hoe.
I don't want a crumb left on that plate, girl.
Auntie Ethel, please. One more bite and this pie is gonna come back up to say hello.
Don't make me get the wooden spoon. You're eating for two, so get to it. If it isn't the cheekiest pup of them all. You'd best have one hells of an apology for me, young man.
Trever stares Auntie Ethel down with an, or what?
How shocking. Another barbarian with all brawn and no brains. You know, I was gonna give you a swift kick up the arse and show you the door, but I think you and I could have a bit of fun together. Gods grant me patience. Eat up, Mayrina. I won't say it again.
Trever notes that that must be Mayrina, and asks Ethel what she's done with the girl's brothers.
My brothers, you saw them?
They stopped by to pass on their congratulations. Said they'll be waiting for you at home.
Oh, but why didn't they come in to see me?
All they left was a message, which I passed on, didn't I? Don't be stressing. And you, hush. Don't be upsetting the girl with such things.
Trever brings her attention back and demands she answer the question.
You cheeky thing. Sutton Farm, north of Baldur's Gate. Check if you like. But I think you have bigger problems. That wriggler swimming in your brain juice is a bit of an inconvenience, isn't it?
Trever is surprised and almost asks how she knows. But she is probably a hag and he's sure she has her ways. Instead, he tells her that's none of her concern.
No, but it is yours. And if I were you, I would be very concerned. I can tell you're almost done cooking. You know, you could turn just like that. What do you say? Want me to take care of the little bugger?
Trever wants her to know he's got options, so he mentions the devil who's already made the offer.
A devil? Spare me. Blathering windbags in love with the sound of their own voices. I'm the safer bet. Plus, you'll get to keep your soul.
Trever will take his chances rather than trust someone who's already been lying.
Ah, good luck with that. But don't you fret, Petal. I'm sure you'll make a very pretty mind flayer. Come now, Mayrina. Time to go. Hello, sweetness. What do you say? Want me to take care of the little bugger?
Trever remembers that he's here to pick a fight, and for that reason, he prods Auntie Ethel about what she did with Mayrina.
Keep your own little nose in your own little dish, Petal. I don't like busybodies.
This isn't going the way he'd hoped, so he supposes he may as well trade with her one last time before he picks this back up. It may be his last chance, and she does make good potions. So we go ahead and pick up some healing potions.
Ta-ta, Petal. Come see Auntie soon.
Trever is a little frustrated that he hasn't managed to really piss off Auntie Ethel yet, so he starts poking around her house. Not stealing outright, he wants her to be the one to initiate hostility.
place isn't real.
Ah,
What's
we notice the
hidden behind
fireplace
it?
is an illusion like the bog was. That's likely a place she doesn't want us poking around.
Maybe your soul will make it back home.
That did it. Well, there's fire on the ground, so the first thing that's going to happen is Shadowheart's going to put it out by placing a bottle of water on the fire and allowing the fire itself to destroy the bottle. That way, Shadowheart doesn't use any of her own actions.
Still breathing, despite everything.
I am fury. I am death. My turn. What's the plan?
Then, after grouping the others up, Shadowheart will place a healing potion on the ground in between them all and break it open with an offhand shot. Now that she's got both the Whispering Promise and Hellrider's Pride, this should give all three of them Bless and Blade Ward for 2 turns. Unfortunately, it doesn't hit the other characters and instead just leaves a healing surface on the ground. That happens sometimes. I'm still trying to figure out exactly what makes it happen, because it's really frustrating when it does.
Need to stay focused. Let's end this.
Finally, Shadowheart will stand in this entryway in an attempt to prevent Auntie Ethel from escaping down the now visible stairway.
Victory awaits. Right, Karlak, it's go time. I'm going to enjoy this.
Of course, Auntie Ethel can just teleport past us and be gone. We'll have to try and track her down.
Hag can't have gone far. Wish I had a bag of holding.
Don't burn yourself. Honk honk.
Oh, action, not reaction. Whatever comes, I'm ready. Eager for battle.
And these things have stayed interesting. I have a lot on my mind. And, well, in it. How much farther can I go? Seems simple enough. I can't.
You are as thick as they come, sweetness. This is my personal playhouse, and you don't have an invite. Get out!
This is clearly getting under her skin, so Trever continues to press her. He thinks he'll stay a while.
Has that wriggler eaten your brain already? Leave. Or you'll end up in tonight's stew. You'll go nicely with Mayrina. She's already marinating. Ah!
Open up.
Don't look. Don't.
My sweet Galen, whose beloved asked that his beauty never fade.
As you edge closer to the mirror, a pale face appears, contorted in fear. Fists slam against the mirror's surface again and again.
I guess in this case, breaking a mirror really is bad luck. Trever may have released the spirit and pissed Auntie Ethel off just that much more, but he's gotten himself baned, and as far as I can tell, there's no way to remove it. He can only hope it won't last longer than the day.
What is this place?
My darling Macron. She wished for the mind of a genius, but that silly head crossed me.
Don't look. Wait. Wait. Don't look. Don't.
This poor dear wished never to lay eyes on her family again. My dearest Ephraim, he begged me to halt the deadly disease that ravaged him.
Don't. Stop. Please. Please.
These masks have a feature called Part of the Flock, with a very welcoming message from Auntie Ethel, so we can expect it to be something detrimental to us.
For me.
You feel crushing waves of fear as the presence within the door recoils. It can't let people through, not again.
Trevor's not interested in a conversation with the door. He says he's here to kill the hag, and he expects that to be enough.
A scene appears in your mind. 2 paladins and a cleric marching through the door, shrouded in the glow of the divine. Weapons brandished, they charge into the hag's lair. Screams of terror pierce the air.
You let them in? Naughty. That's a decade for each. You're mine for 30 more years, Petal.
Trever is losing patience. Auntie Ethel isn't here right now. He is. That door better open up.
The door twitches, but stays firm.
Time for patented barbarian intimidation. Open. Now.
The door shudders, imagining its wooden frame cracking and splintering in a raging inferno. You see the hag. She walks through the door, its form shimmering. With a jerk, you're pulled from the vision. You feel the presence within shrink, terrified.
Away! Don't look. Don't. Stop. No. No! Don't look. Mustn't look, mustn't see.
Trever asks just what it is he mustn't look at.
I see it. I see what's to come. Me. Dead. Dead! Flesh rotten, bone shining!
Trever is tired of listening to this elf. Get out of here.
Ethel said to look, to see truth, see death, see, gods, don't hurt me. Oh, please, 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 please.
The elf is no threat, and there would be no glory in fighting him, but every time he opens his mouth, Trever is tempted to.
No! No! Monster! For mind-dripping, flesh-peeling, mind-flayer!
Trever finally realizes this is just a waste of time and steps away.
Mind-flayer!
No intention of letting that happen.
Away! Away!
My gentle Lauren. He wished to know what was to come. A thief who tried to
look.
steal from Auntie.
Don't!
Now the good little pet guards my home.
Stop.
Okay, so, whatever these masks are, they come from Auntie Ethel. Auntie Ethel is a hag, and hags are fae. That means we may be able to protect ourselves from them. We have 4 scrolls of protection from evil and good. It lasts until long rest, as long as we don't lose concentration, and protects against attacks and powers of various types of creatures, fae included. Charm, frightened, and possession effects are specifically denied by this protection. So we split the 4 scrolls we have amongst our party.
Away!
And Shadowheart prepares a spell in order to preserve 1 scroll. We are hunting down the hag, so we do want to go ahead and have everybody cast the spell no matter what else happens.
Don't look.
What's cooking?
Stop.
Pasito.
Please.
Not as bad as it could have.
Away! Don't look. Don't.
We divvy up the masks. Trever severely doubts it's a coincidence there's exactly 4 of them.
Away!
And Trever bites the bullet to put on the first mask to see what happens.
Hello, Petal. My, the mask suits you. Just relax. See the world with fresh eyes. And let your dear old Auntie Ethel look after you.
Very interesting. Wearing the mask, we can see the door for the illusion that it is. Trever wonders if that applies to all of the hag's fabrications. The protection spell appears to be holding up, so he instructs everyone to put the mask on. This, I think, is a good example of average intelligence but low wisdom. We have exhibited a cursory amount of precaution in protecting ourselves against whatever these masks are doing, but we are not really considering that all it would take is for our concentration to be broken and we would be vulnerable. And since we didn't test exactly what the mask is trying to do, we do not know what risk we are taking. We absolutely should not be using these masks.
Time to press it. They're not attacking. Must think I'm one of them.
Auntie only wants what's best for us. Stop fighting me, Petal. You'll break.
If you hurt Auntie, I'll cut out your eyes.
Give in, sweet one. Serve your dear Auntie.
Don't be afraid of Auntie. She'll take good care of you.
We get a glimpse here, I think, of what our fate might be if we were not protected by the spell.
Are you here to see Auntie? Sorry, the place is such a mess.
While these masks aren't attacking us now, leaving them at our back isn't really an option. We try to take one out quietly by luring it over to the chasm.
Your violence hasn't gone unnoticed. It's about to be returned in kind.
Whoops. Well, the spell protected Shadowheart from being frightened, just as she lost concentration on it. That didn't last until long rest, I guess. Normally, you can transfer items throughout your entire party's inventory during any of your companions' turns, but I guess these masks are an exception.
Time to strike.
Heading out.
And then, of course, when I finally shove the mask, she flies across the gap, landing safely on the other side of the waterfall.
This'll help.
Nothing important is ever easy. Here goes nothing.
Yes, I'll break their pretty little bones.
Don't make me hurt them!
Thankfully, I remember to remove Shadowheart's mask before her turn ends.
Auntie, be kind to our guests.
And lethal.
On the move. Put him up.
Can't even catch my breath.
Bye forever, pal.
Come on, can't stay idle. You've made a grave mistake.
On my way.
Let's go.
I will ascend.
survival is all that matters. Let's get this over with.
Gods, it's hot in here.
Onward.
I wonder if this is worth the cost.
Let's cook with fire, baby.
I will ascend. Make way.
Never a dull moment.
3 of us still have our protection spells. After losing one so early, that isn't the worst result.
No traps, please.
You'll break eventually, precious. They always do. You can't resist me, sweetness. Not forever. Give in, sweet one. Serve your dear. Stop fighting me. Let me take a try.
Just as I expected.
Looks like these traps here are also illusions. That grants our team boldness to continue on.
Swift as my feet can carry me.
Watch how you go. It's a trap. Step carefully. It's a trap.
You'll break eventually, precious. Then you can't resist me, sweetness.
Step carefully right now. It's a trap.
As it turns out, the masks are not perfect protection against these traps. Karlach got poisoned and lost her concentration, which I didn't notice, and then was immediately punished.
The stench of rot is a slap to the face. Suddenly she is there, beside you, behind you, inside you.
Yes, I have you now, Petal. Don't worry. Auntie is going to take good care of you.
What are you playing at? The mask. Take it off!
Too late for that.
Need to act fast.
Shadowheart tries to cast resistance, but Karlach is no longer an ally. So she does the potion trick to bless her, hoping it will help her make a saving throw and throw off the effect.
Have to keep going. I am fury. I am death. My path be true.
Blood comes easy these days. Time to press ahead.
It looks like no saving throw was even made on Karlach's turn. After examining, we see that the condition will last until the mask is removed or the caster, Auntie Ethel, is dead.
Make way.
Where do I go from here? Good idea, I think. Another step forward.
She didn't see anything about the incident.
Give in, sweet one. Serve your dinner, dear.
Okay, whether or not Karlach makes the save, we can't control her.
No one back home will ever believe this. Can't risk being an open view.
Try it, Hag. See what happens in this fucking head.
Auntie will make it all
Try it, Hag. See what happens in this fucking head.
quiet, little one. Auntie will make it all better. Stop fighting me, Petal. Let me take care of you.
See what happens in this fucking head.
Auntie will make it all.
Try it, Hag. What's in this fucking head?
You'll break eventually, precious. It all. They always do.
And we can't even pickpocket it off of her. Not that we'd have had a great chance, but we tried.
Fucking head.
Quiet, little one. Auntie will make it all better.
Trever finally decides the masks aren't worth the risk.
Like its will be done.
See what happens in this fucking head.
Only one thing left to do then.
Auntie will make it all better.
Try it, hag. See what happens in this fucking head.
Quiet, little one. Auntie will make it all
Assume nothing.
Into the shadows. I know what to do. Swift and lethal. Hetazeth.
Sometimes the only way out is through.
Try it, hag. See what happens in this fucking head.
Auntie will make it all better.
Won't last much longer like this.
Time to push my luck again. Breathe quiet. Move with care. I just want a little look.
Everything's going dark.
Now, with Karlach unconscious, we're finally able to remove the mask and send it away. Now, we can revive and heal our team.
Illuminated breath.
Take you.
A little help, please. I can keep going a little longer now.
Damn, it's good to be alive.
I'm ready.
All right. What now?
No time to dally.
Shadowheart is the only one who actually died, so rather than refreshing aid, she will use False Life to give herself some temporary hit points.
Don't be getting suspicious. Attention.
Still alive, so that's progress. One day I'll catch a break.
We're close to the end of this poison trap area. Trever thinks a Featherfall should be able to get us the rest of the way.
There, in the cage.
You come to my home, interfere in my business, and now have the gall to face me in the heart of my lair? You petulant bollocks! I'll rip your spine out your asshole! I'll use your blood to spice my stew! I'll keep you alive until I've sucked the marrow from your bones! And then I'll bring you back and do it all over again!
Just get out of here! Please!
You want the girl so bad. Fine.
She'll be roast like a goose if that fire isn't put out.
I forgot to examine Auntie Ethel, but here are the main pieces of information that we should take away from it. When she splits like this, all but one copy of Auntie Ethel is an illusion that will disappear if it takes even a single point of damage, but still has all of her attacks at full strength. And her legendary action will also trigger illusory copies of Auntie Ethel to be made once per turn. For this reason, we will do our best to avoid actually casting any spells during the combat.
On my way.
No word.
Leave me here!
In situations like this, sources of guaranteed damage are very valuable even if the amount is low. A single alchemist fire can dissipate multiple illusions at once.
A dull moment. Can't slow down.
And a void bulb, while harder to get a hold of at this stage of the game, has a bigger radius and more verticality to the effect, so it's a good fit here where one of the illusions is on a platform. There's only one illusion left, and this boss fight is no time to conserve consumables, so this feels like a good spot for a potion of speed.
Time to strike. My path be true.
Portal brought something like you here.
Got to move. Smell blood. Want to do it?
Stop it! All of you!
Another fight. Let's go. What do I have to lose?
Time to strike. No time to waste.
Pity! Tadpole actually makes it interesting.
Ready for another round?
Enough! Don't do
Jimmy on the go.
Nothing will stand in my way. Don't waste a step.
Time to strike. Ready.
I'm heating up.
There's a trick you can do with speed potions to avoid losing a turn, where you consume on the last turn that it's up. What happens is, you lose the remainder of your turn, instead of losing your entire next turn, at the cost of another speed potion. Of course, my dumbass forgot to use my attack actions first.
Let me hear your screams, infernal puppet.
Fuck yes.
Well, so much for peace.
Try me now, brat!
Let's see.
Now this is my happy place.
Enough! Don't do this!
I won't give in.
Leave me here! Stop it! All of you!
Victory awaits.
Leave me here!
Another human wretch infesting Faerun.
On I go. This is gonna feel good. Eat it.
Enough! Don't do this!
Wait! Wait just a tick! Killing me is a waste of time. I'll find a way to return. Always have, always will. But it's unpleasant. So how about we be civilized about this, I have something you want.
Ha! Trever will hear her offer out of curiosity. This should be good.
If you're gloating now, just wait till you hear my offer, Petal. Let me leave with the girl, and I'll give you power. You want to be stronger, tougher, smarter? Done! Anything is possible. Just let me keep the girl and her babe.
A simple trade. More deception. Take her head.
It's your choice, sweetness.
Earlier, she mocked Trever for being a barbarian with no brains. He wants to humiliate her by demanding the prize and Mayrina. This is one of those roles where inspiration is definitely warranted if you have it.
You greedy little bollocks. Fine. Here. I'll not soon forget this sweetness. You have my word.
But the deal. What about my husband? What happens to him?
Deal's off, you dumb cow. And you've him to thank for it. Not that it matters. I'll find another just as plump and ripe. I can set up shop elsewhere. People always need lotions and potions.
She can, but if Trever ever sees her again, she'll be fertilizing the swamp.
If I ever see you again, you'll have a tentacle for a tongue. Bye-bye, Petal.
I have a confession. I was too hasty to judge you. I thought you witless, gutless, unimpressively bland.
Trever doesn't actually think of her as all that cruel, stubborn, or judgmental, but he doesn't react well to criticism.
Yes, all that is true. I am cold as the sea of night. But you have stoked fires I didn't know I possessed. I swear, you would tear the horns off one dragon for plunging into another. You've gained my respect, and more still, my yearning. When I come near, your odor alone is enough to make my neck sweat and my hairs stand on end.
This took a turn that Trever did not expect. He asks to confirm, is she coming on to him?
Isn't it obvious? I want to taste you. Perhaps tonight, perhaps later, but I want it all the same. Do you?
Trever is actually taken aback. As a popular pit fighter back in the city, he is not unused to people fawning over him and using him for his body in more ways than one. To her credit, Lae'zel is at least being forthright with her desire rather than manipulating him like women in the past have done. He doesn't hate the idea, but ultimately a purely physical connection is not what he wants in his life. He's flattered, but he turns her down.
Your loss, I fear. One day soon, you will wonder how my lips might have tasted, how my fingers on your skin might have felt, and you will wish you could return to this lost moment.
He may well come to regret it, depending on how their relationship develops. Another time, he may well have taken her up on the offer. But he's just not okay with physicality only right now.
You bastard! You ruined it! You ruined everything!
Trever came here to settle a score with Auntie Ethel rather than to save Mayrina. If she wants to be rude about it, she can find her own way out.
Go on. Walk away. And wave to my husband's rotting corpse on your way out. That's right. He's buried outside, and I was this close to getting him back. Thanks to you, I'll never see him again.
Let's march.
Still breathing, despite everything.
Oh, I could go for a good meal.
No time to rest. Bet that will fit in my pack.
I made a very intentional decision at character creation that Trever would not be relying on elixirs for his strength. But that doesn't mean he won't utilize magic to enhance his natural abilities. Auntie Ethel's hair gives a +1 bonus to any ability score chosen when you pick the prize. This can push you over 20 unlike feats. So of course Trever chose strength. This will put him at an 18 immediately, giving him an additional bonus to attack and damage, and will continue to pay dividends later, which I will address at the appropriate times.
What path lies before me?
The Staff of Crones gives you access to the Ray of Sickness spell. That's not a very good spell, and the staff itself doesn't even have an enhancement bonus. No one here is going to make use of it. Auntie Ethel has a bunch of unique concoctions here. Honestly, Trever doesn't have the patience to figure out what this crap is. He'll just sell it and let the shopkeep figure it out.
Better not be cursed.
The Ever-Seeing Eye is an amulet that can grant you protection from evil and good once per short rest, so you can refresh it if you lose concentration. That's okay, but ultimately not very impressive. This wand has the name Connor etched into it. Interesting. Normally the rest of this I would loot off camera, but I don't want to have to come back here. I'll just skip it for you though.
gods! Didn't hear you coming. I know I should head home, but I can't bring myself to leave. The thought of putting him in a wheelbarrow and making the journey all over again.
Trever is not interested in Mayrina's whining. That won't get her to Baldur's Gate any faster.
You're a miserable bastard, you know that?
Be that as it may, Trever did find that wand. He suspects he can raise her husband if she really wants that.
What? You can?
You feel a surge of power from the wand. The air suddenly tastes acrid. It wants to be used.
Bring it back! Bring Connor back! Please!
Okay, if she's sure. Trever points the wand and...
What? What's happening? Why is he still dead?
You feel something pull at you. The creature yearns for a master.
What have you done to him?
Yep, that's what he expected. The hag technically fulfilled her promise.
But this isn't what she promised! I wanted him back the way he was, not this!
Lady, this is what you got. Trever gives her a take it or leave it.
Connor? Connor! I don't even know if he's in there, but he might be. And if he is, I'll find him and bring him back.
Alright, Trever gives her the wand. Good luck.
Thanks. But we'll need more than luck. A bloody miracle, more like it. I'll find a wizard or something. Maybe someone in Baldur's Gate can help us. Connor always said you can find anything in that city. Remember? And thank you, I guess. Come on, love. Let's go.
Perhaps using Ethel's wand wasn't the best idea.
No turning back time now.
And at this point, Trevor's just gonna take everything Auntie Ethel has, because fuck her.
What's in here?
Trever likes showing off, in strength and knowledge. He remarks about Gale holding Mystra in his hands.
Oh. My, you startled me. It's miles away.
Trever wonders why he was conjuring the image of the goddess.
For the seldom purpose of prayer. Mystra commands all magic. Salvation, if such a thing exists, is hers to bestow or withhold. And yet even now, more than I fear losing my own self and soul, I fear losing my command of her art. Magic is my life. I've been in touch with the weave for as long as I can remember. There's nothing like it. It's like music, poetry, physical beauty, all rolled into one and given expression through the senses. Is it the same for you?
Trever does have bardic ability, so he'll go with that. Magic being music, poetry, a performance different than Gale's wizardly studies.
Fair enough. Though in the end we're still playing the same composition. Perhaps I can show you what I mean by reaching into the weave together.
It has been a long day, and Trever isn't terribly interested in studied spells. Maybe another time.
Always a pity when opportunities slip us by. Good night.
Well met.
Trever asks how it feels to be a devil.
It's said that anyone who bathes in the river of blood emerges as one born anew. It's a lot like that, I imagine. I feel the weight of these horns on my head, curling upwards like a mammoth's tusks. I feel these ridges snaking down my neck. Not to mention a few bumps and prongs in unmentionable places. But I haven't seen my reflection just yet. Be my mirror. What do you see?
Trever sees a fool, but he restrains himself from being quite so mean about it. Still, a fiend touched by the hells by his own actions.
Then, I'll fight ever harder, be ever stronger, till my deeds eclipse my appearance. The people will see a curiosity, maybe even a beast hungry for their souls. But I will slay their monsters, keep them safe, and one day they will see the Blade of Frontiers again.
Good time for a chat.
Speak.
Trever asks if he's earned her respect, why is she always rude?
If you must know, Vlaakith requires everything of her children. I can't count how many bruises I've inflicted. Can't measure how much blood I've drawn in the Undying Queen's name. I know only blood red and death black. My mind is silver, and my body steel. I am what I must be, say what I must be, to survive every beast I face and every wound I bear.
I suppose you want to hear about Cazador.
Trever remembers him referring to Cazador as a master.
My old master. Before the Mind Flayers took me from him. Before this strange, twisted freedom. Cazador Zar is a vampire lord in Baldur's Gate. The patriarch of his coven, and a monster obsessed with power. Not political power or military power, I mean power over people. The power to control them completely. He turned me nearly 200 years ago. I became his spawn, and he became my tormentor.
Trever asks if Cazador attacked him to turn him.
Not him, no. A gang of thugs attacked me, angry about a ruling that I'd handed down as magistrate. They beat me to death's door when Cazador appeared. He chased them off and offered to save me, to give me eternal life. Given that my choices were eternal life or bleed to death on the street, I took him up on the offer. It was only afterwards I realized just how long eternity could be.
So Astarion was essentially a slave then?
A vampire's spawn is less than a slave. They're a puppet. We have no choice but to obey our master's commands. They speak, and our bodies react. It's all part of the deal. Sometimes he'd order us to submit to torture. Sometimes he'd have us torture ourselves. Whatever his weather-vane mood settled on.
Trever has no love for slavers, but his empathy for Astarion is still low. He tells him to get to the point.
My point is simple. The Mind Flayers aren't the only monsters out there. They're not even the only ones hunting us. All I'm asking is that you keep your eyes open and watch out for anything lurking in the shadows.
But Astarion is still a member of our strange party. Trever suggests they keep each other safe.
What more could I ask? Now, is that all?
Shah's blessings upon you.
Trever has asked about Shadowheart's mysterious pain before, but that was before she disclosed she's a Sharan.
The wound on my hand. It never quite heals. And sometimes it causes terrible pain to rip through me. It's my burden, though, from Lady Shah. I can feel her influence somehow.
He asks why Shar would do this to her.
I cannot say. Not with what I can recall. But even then, it would not be for me to question her will. Lady Shah has her reasons.
He wonders if she at least know what causes it.
It's difficult to say. Sometimes I wonder if it's supposed to be guiding me, punishing me, testing me. But perhaps it's none of those. Perhaps it's completely random. I'd like to hope there's more to it than that. Some meaning that Lady Shah will reveal to me when the time is right. Until then, all I can do is endure.
Trever asks how she manages with the pain.
It's less difficult than you might imagine, when you can't remember life without it. Pain is sacred to followers of Lady Shah. Pain will give way to loss and then to the peace of her eternal darkness. You can tolerate a great deal of suffering so long as it has meaning.
And that's enough pressing for now.
Soldier?
Trever recalls how Damon said he should be able to stabilize Karlach's heart better with some more of that infernal iron.
Let's hope Damon is as good as he seems. Once my engine's handled, I can focus on more important matters. Tadpoles, cults, frosty pints.
What's on your mind? Apart from finding me an artifact to consume, which I assume you're pursuing with the appropriate urgency.
We do have an artifact for Gale.
That is most gratifying to hear. May I?
We have options, but this ever-seeing eye is only valued at 3 gold, so Trever just gives him that.
Thank you. Good gods. It hardly has any effect. Oh, Mistra, have mercy on us all. Listen, I need to speak to you, to all of you. It would be unconscionable of me to remain silent.
Trever isn't sure he likes where this is headed. We've been sacrificing magic to him already.
And the waste it might have been. You have to know who I was. You have to know who I really am. What I am is a walking shadow of the promise I once held. I'm what one might call a wizard prodigy. Who from an early age could not only control the weave, but compose it. Much like a musician or a poet. Such was my skill that it earned me the attention of the mother of magic herself. The Lady of Mysteries. The goddess Mistra. She revealed herself to me and she became my teacher. In time she became my muse. And later even my lover.
Trever raises his eyebrow at Gale, referring to a goddess as merely a muse.
I am, after all, the villain of the tale. We enjoyed each other's company. Body, mind, and soul. But even so, I desired more. You see, no matter how powerful a wizard we mortals can become, we never scratch more than the surface of the weave. Mistra keeps us in check. There are boundaries she doesn't let us cross. Yet, every time I was with her, I stood on the precipice, gazing into the wonders that lay beyond. I sought to cross her boundaries.
And to presume to know better about magic than Mistra, Trever straight up calls Gale a fool.
Quite. I tried to convince her. I pouted. I pleaded. Swore my ambition was only to serve her better. She only smiled and told me to be contented. But inconceivable as it seems to me now, I shared a bed with a goddess, yet I wasn't satisfied. So I sought to prove myself worthy to her instead. We come now to the crux of my folly. Shall I share the story behind it, or would you rather head straight to its sordid finale?
Trever requests the short version.
Suffice it to say, I obtained an obscure and ancient book that had locked away inside a much coveted prize. It was a fragment of primal weave locked out of time, locked away from Mistra herself. What if, I thought, what if, after all this time, I could return this lost part of herself to the goddess? I was certain that this deed of raw power, draped in romance, would convince Mistra to take me by the hand and welcome me into her hitherto forbidden domains. I was mistaken. I obtained the fabled book and took it into my study. As for what happened next... Here. Place your hand over my heart. Let me show you.
You feel the tadpole quiver as you realize Gale is letting you into the dark. You see through Gale's eyes, staring down the corridors of a dread memory. A book, bound, and suddenly opened. Inside there are no pages, only a swirling mass of blackest weave that pounces. Its teeth, its claws, it's unstoppable as it digs through and becomes part of you. And gods, is it ever hungry.
Trever yanks his hand away.
Terrifying, isn't it? And that is only the beginning. This Netherese blight, this orb, for lack of a better word, is balled up inside my chest. And it needs to be fed. As long as I absorb traces of the weave from potent enough sources, it remains quiet. Were it ever to fully destabilize, however.
Trever supposes Gale would die.
Rather worse, actually. I will erupt. I don't know the exact magnitude of the eruption, but given my studies of Netherese magic, I'd say even a fragment as small as the one I carry, it'd level a city the size of Waterdeep.
Trever angrily asks what would have happened if he'd succumbed to the tadpole. Had he even thought of that?
Every waking moment. Every dreaming moment, too. But there was no way out. All of this. It must feel like a betrayal. Say the word, and we'll part ways.
Where would he go? Trever asks.
Once I'd step out of the protective aura of the artifact, it wouldn't be long before the Absolute overtakes me. I'd never let that happen, so I'd aim for a swift end. I would consume some midnight tears and venture as deep into the Underdark as I possibly could, till they cloud my eyes forever. With a bit of luck, I'd manage to make it to a mind flare colony so that when the orb erupts, one loud, last song of vengeance would reverberate through the dark. Wouldn't be a heroic end, but coarsely poetic enough in its justice.
As far as secrets go, this is a big one. But Gale is one of us. Trever insists we live together, or we die together.
That is a great relief. Oh, a great relief indeed. You truly are a soul that steals my own. From all my new rallied heart, I thank you. I thank you all. I understand if you stand against me. I'm humbled if you stand with me. Either way, I will do my best not to let you down. I stand at a precipice, but if you do not give up hope, neither shall I. I'll fight. I'll resist as long as I can. Now, even I am tired of the sound of my own voice. Let us venture forth.
To think, Gale's had this devastating orb within himself the entire time, and only just mentioned it. Who'd keep a secret like that from his friends? You can't trust anyone these days.
That's rich coming from Astarion. But since we're here, Trever asks him a little bit about his history.
Why do you insist on exhuming the past? I was a slave. A vampire spawn. Kept by the Tsar family. Perhaps I still am. I was never able to resist their commands. But now, I've been conveniently lost. They won't ever control me again.
Sir Gale's been walking around this whole time with some sort of magic bomb in his chest. I'm not normally one to begrudge someone their secrets, but that's something I should know.
Trever takes a moment to ask after that artifact that's protecting us, and if Shadowstar still has it with her.
Quite the understatement, but yes, I have it. And I'll guard it with my life.
He points out she's awfully protective of it for something she doesn't even know what it is.
It's called faith. Duty. It doesn't have to add up to me as long as I serve. I'm part of a bigger plan. One that will be revealed in time.
Trever doesn't understand how she can take all this on and not even know why.
I told you already. I surrendered my memories for the sake of the mission. Shah's secrets must be protected. Duty demands it. Once I fulfill my mission, I can have my memories restored.
Trever points out that she's talking like a pawn on a lance board. You know, the kind of game piece that gets sacrificed first.
How cynical. I should borrow that line sometime. But if I have to die, so be it. Like I said, faith. A long way to go still.
As I was doing my off-camera looting, I came back to the tea house, and down the staircase in the overgrown tunnel, there have been some changes since Auntie Ethel's departure. So I'll just show you the exploration of this area and what else I found.
Let's have a look.
My sweet Callum, whose beloved us, but his beauty never fade.
I have something to ask.
Is the hag gone? God, tell me she's gone. Oh, please.
Trever responds that he's lucky to be alive. He almost killed the elf himself.
That damn shrew would have loved it. Would have loved watching you murder me. The things she did. The things she made me do. Vile. Disgusting. Good gods. You're the one. The Mind Flayer.
That's not going to happen if Trever can help it. He asks the elf if he can still see it.
No. The hag's gift is gone, but it's going to happen. Soon. I saw you screaming, covered in your own insides as that thing bursts out of your skull. You change, skin ripping from your body, and then you butcher everyone. Everyone around you.
Trever insists he's wrong. He'll stop it.
You can't. I'm so sorry.
Trever notes that there's this petrified dwarf here as well. Looks like Auntie's curse didn't lift for this poor sod. Ah well, not much he can do about that. Finally, There was that addled frog nearby. Karlach insists on checking up on it. If the hag's presence has left the area, maybe it's doing okay.
Don't be shy. Karlach incoming.
Hag is gone! Happy!
Karlach really is just glad she could help.
Happy! Happy! Come! Present!
I've got a long road ahead. Need to find a way forward.
Shiny! Bye!
I'm ready, whatever it takes. I wonder what the next move is.
All's well that ends. Not as bad as it could have.
Alright, the looting and vendoring is over with. Taking a look at our map, we see we've been all over the wilderness except Goblin territory. We've gotten quite distracted. Next episode, we will go straight into that village where the ambush was and not get sidetracked until we deal with the goblins. For sure this time.